Despite incredible, unbelievable earnings, Palantir was sadly down after that incredible performance. And guess what? That's after it even fallen from over $200 per share. But the question is Wall Street looking to screw you over even more? So we'll talk about all that today and see if it is indeed time to get out of Palantir before Wall Street screws you once again. And we'll also talk about when the next big run is going to happen as well and what to do about all of it. Just make sure you like the video if you like getting the truth without the hype, because that's exactly what we're going to get today, guys. And hey, all that I know how to give you is that. So let's jump into it and let's go over to the 3 signs that Wall Street is setting you up. And then we'll discuss if it's worth getting out before Wall Street actually screws you big time once again. And then we'll talk about when the next big run will happen and what to do about all of this, okay? So the first one is incredible earnings. Stock tanks anyways. Look, there's no better setup that we see out there than a company executing on unbelievable level. Okay, that's what we got with Palantir there. We got, for really probably the 3rd or 4th straight quarter, incredible, otherworldly earnings. Now, the first couple times it happened, it's kind of like, all right, yeah, they're really rolling. But, at some point in time, these growth rates have to slow down or at least level off. And then, Palantir is basically like, here, hold my beer, We're going to go to an even higher level, to levels that you really hadn't seen before. And we discussed this there. We did the earnings live there in my group. We were talking about like, guys, I don't like to use words like all-time great, but I've been doing this 28 years and I've never seen a stock with this type of unbelievable earnings performance, quarter after quarter after quarter for this sustained amount of time, especially with it being kind of a mid-cap style stock. It's not like this is a small cap where, okay, you see crazy numbers all the time down there in the small caps, but you're talking with really, really small numbers, At this level, at this stage, given everything that's going on, it's unbelievable at this stage. But yet, what happens? The stock immediately down, right? We've seen lots of trash companies post. I don't care about hits or misses nearly as much as I do the actual performance, but just some stocks on obviously some incredible runs because they had great earnings too, but not as good as Palantir's. We saw some stocks with okay earnings this quarter. And obviously they ran up big as well. Some of these stocks are making, 10, 15, 20% moves, which is what you'd expect out of Palantir after an unbelievable all-time great type earnings. But yet we got the opposite, which is the stock tanking, which of course is the classic Wall Street setup that they like to pull with us all the time to make us think and question the investment and question what's going on there and question maybe they can see something that we can't see. Maybe their silly narratives aren't that silly. Right? That's kind of what they're doing right there with this sort of setup, which of course, this is exactly what we talked about on the earnings call with my group there, where we were listening to it live. And when we kind of called, this is exactly what's going to happen as we kind of were watching, the stock kind of fall in after hours as we're listening to the call there. It's exactly what we called, was like, hey, just be aware this stock is down for no reason whatsoever. As we kind of went through the numbers, we went through everything said on the call. There was no reason for it outside of Wall Street playing Wall Street games in the end, which if you want to be in on those earnings calls in real time, that analysis, see all of our buys in Palantir way back when it was under $6 or whenever we identify our next Palantir or AMD that just now popped off, right? That's something our group's been all over now for a couple of years. The earnings flash sale ends today, guys. Lock in your spot, get that price before the price goes up, where we discuss all that. You get my complete watch list with price targets, all my buy and sell alerts in real time. Obviously, all of our members as well, all of our super investors in there as well. They post theirs as well. Check it out. It's the pinned comment. We'll talk more about it at the end. But let's get into the second reason, which is it was already down 35% before earnings. Now, this one kind of relates to the first point there a little bit, right? I mean, we had incredible earnings, and typically, you can understand if a stock's on like a 50% move between the last earnings to this one, it's up 50%. Sometimes you can see, all right, even if you have incredible earnings, you're going to come down. But the stock's down 35% from those highs. It had already fallen and fallen and fallen. So typically when you see that setup and the stock has tanked, not tanked, but been down and been trending down since it hit those dizzying highs just a few months ago, that's usually a setup where you see incredible earnings and the run runs again, right? It kind of kickstarts the growth engine again there and Wall Street starts pumping the stock again. But we got the exact opposite, which of course feels like, hey, wait, what's Wall Street setting us up for once again? Just like the last point there, it's another clue that Wall Street is setting us up for something because, hey, we did come down after earnings. We did actually, running kind of behind per se. Good earnings should have pushed the stock back up, but yet it didn't happen at all. So it's another sure sign that Wall Street is screwing with us once again. So that definitely can kind of be a cause for concern there. But let's take a look at number 3, which is Palantir is no longer the talk of the town. All right, just think about we'll call it 6 months ago. Maybe it was a little bit longer, maybe a little bit shorter. But just think, 6 months ago, everything was about Palantir. Everything was about AI. Palantir, they're one of the leaders. They're crushing it. They're just the only show in town. Everything else of that nature, right? I mean, it was just every freaking time I looked on CNBC or, Schwab Network, any of those, article after article after article, Palantir, 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 right? YouTube videos, Palantir, 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 X posts, Palantir, everything was all about Palantir. It's all the talk. Well, quietly, kind of the past 3 months or so, really hadn't been the talk of the town, right? Folks are talking about now, there for a little while was data centers there. It kind of seemed like at the end of the year. And then now it's, obviously all the chip makers and memory and all these other things now. And Palantir's kind of gone to the background there. That's a sure sign that Wall Street has rotated away from Palantir, quote unquote. They are setting up to screw you because obviously the narrative has gone in a little bit of a different direction, okay? So that leads me to this big question right here. Should you get out before they screw you more? Now, don't worry. We will get to when the next big run is going to happen here in just a second and what to do about it. But for me personally, when I think about getting out of this stock, okay, thinking about, hey, I know Wall Street's going to screw me. Should I get out? I would only get out for two core reasons, okay? The first thing I would be looking for, and the reason why I would get out is, was there a fundamental change with the business? I think all of us, even if you don't like Palantir, can say, no, there's been, the fundamental change has been to the positive, crushing it. More demand than supply, can't produce enough, doing it with a tiny sales team. I mean, just clicking on all cylinders on a level we haven't seen in a long, long time and maybe even ever, right? So clearly there's been no fundamental change except for the positive, okay? So that right there, obviously for me isn't a reason to get out. So I wouldn't get out for that reason, all right? The other core reason, now there can be more, but these are the two core ones that I'm discussing and that I would consider. What does my plan say to do? Okay. If your plan said, hey, once Palantir's run kind of ends, I'm going to cash out and I'm going to move that over here into cash flowing real estate. Makes perfect sense. Hey, I'm going to cash out and I'm going to pay off my house. Makes perfect sense. Now that's your predetermined plan, not your all of a sudden your plan that you just created just now and then thinking Wall Street's going to screw me and it's going to fall on first. No, I'm talking about your predetermined plan a long time ago that you had sitting out there. If your plan said to get out at some point in time and maybe you hung on a little bit too long hoping it would run again or whatever the case is, at that stage I would consider going ahead and getting out of the stock, okay? So for me, neither one of those two things happened, so I'm not looking to get out of the stock just simply because Wall Street is looking to screw me, okay? They're always looking to screw me, right? So that's not the reason why. We'll talk about what I'm going to do here and what you can do here in just a second. I'll even discuss, even if you don't own any Palantir at all, what I would do as an investor. But I know you guys are wondering, this is always the question that everybody wants to know, is if and when will a big run happen again? Now, I know I'm going to take some heat from this, and that's okay. But here it goes. Here's the answer, and at least hear me all the way through. Then go down and blast me in the comments all you want to. I got no issues with that. That's okay. That's part of this game, all right? To me, the answer is not for a while, okay? I know everybody's out there, or some folks are out there saying Wall Street will pay a 300 multiple for transformational stocks forever going forward, right? But it's simply not true. It's never been true in the history of the stock market. It's not going to be true in the history of the stock market moving forward as well. It just doesn't happen. I got crushed last year, whenever in the comment section right here on YouTube, when Palantir had the big run up over $200 per share, when I said it wasn't going anywhere for at least a year, maybe 2 years or more. I actually started saying that last summer. And so far, we were actually down from that time, much less from the $200. Just from the time I started saying that, we're actually down from that time, okay? Now, to be abundantly clear, it wasn't because I was a bear. I've been bullish on Palantir since day one, okay? Day one, bullish then, all the way to bullish today. Have never not been bullish one time. Just simply because I think a stock is overvalued does not make you a bear on a stock, okay? It simply means you are being a prudent investor. I loved it whenever it first IPO'd. I had some insight into what the company was prior to IPOing. And so I knew I wanted to be a part of the business, but it ran up. I knew it was overpriced. I knew it would come down. That's exactly what it did. And then we spent a few years loading up on shares there. I think we got basically 3 years to load up on shares there. And of course, when it ran up and got itself significantly overvalued again, I simply called it overvalued. I was never not bullish on the company, bullish on their future, bullish on what Alex and team would do. Of course, I thought they were absolutely going to do great. But understand, even last year when I made the call that, hey, we're looking at, basically being down or maybe flat here for over a year, that I knew nothing other than that it was really overvalued. That's all that I knew. Great business, incredible performance, great management, great everything across the board. It's hard to find negatives in Palantir's earnings over the past year. It just simply has. But it was simply overvalued. And I knew at some point in time it would come back down to fair value and that valuation would get cheaper, either through the price coming down or the fundamentals improving. And guess what? They've kind of had both of them happen, right? That's the great news about Palantir is they've had fundamentals improving and the price coming down. Now, ask all those Tesla fans who in late 2021 with Tesla at 400 split adjusted, expecting Wall Street to push Tesla to the moon, right? Every year. And I spoke out about it then, overvalued every year. The reason changes is the why now it's going to the moon every year. But we are still down from those highs back then over 4.5 years later because it got that far ahead of itself. It holds true in the history of the stock market. You get that overvalued. You took too much of the future into the now, okay? Now, the good news with Palantir, unlike Tesla, is Palantir is destroying earnings, pushing us closer to that very fair value like we just discussed. They are absolutely destroying earnings. So that right there is the good news. But the question was, when is the next big run happening? And right now, just getting back up to $200 isn't the next big run, guys. I'm sorry, we've already been there, right? The next big run to me, in my opinion, would be to $300 per share. And I don't see that happening anytime soon. Although, here's the caveat to that. If they keep destroying earnings, and it won't take nearly as long as it would if earnings were not so robust, if they can continue this performance. I have no idea if they can or not. At this stage, I think it's useless trying to guess Palantir's earnings because you could guess ridiculous. And man, actually, as long as you don't get like stupid ridiculous, it might very well happen, right? But at the same exact point, at some point in time, it can't continue at that pace. And so seeing it at least level off would not surprise me as well, but it's going to be a while out of their way until we hit that $300 mark. So what should you do? Well, the first thing to do that we talk about and discuss on this channel all the time, have a plan, set your price target, set your valuations, do your due diligence, all those things like that. Those go without being said, okay? But I can tell you what I'm doing personally here with Palantir, and then I'll tell you exactly what I do if I was a new investor just looking at it here for the first time. But I can tell you that I didn't like Palantir at 130 last year at all, okay? But given the earnings performance, this year's 130 price is obviously much more attractive and a lot more risk has come out of the stock because of that earnings performance, okay? No doubt in my mind, 130 now and 130 a year ago are two different stocks, two different risk profiles, two different everything, okay? It's not just this linear, price at 130 is the same regardless of what year you're in or anything else of that nature. It's simply not true. But I have a ton of shares. And my average is around, I don't know, 10 to 12 bucks, depending upon the portfolio that I have there. And I think it's $24 or so in the portfolio challenge that we didn't even start until 2024. So you can get all those crazy shares in 2022, 2023. So I don't need any more shares of, Palantir at all. So right now, I'm not really looking to buy unless, Wall Street decides to really get dumb and really push that price down. And yes, even if they do that, I'm not selling any shares. I'm simply going to stack more shares whenever it gets to my price target. But if I was starting all over today, meaning I have no shares at all, no involvement with Palantir whatsoever, doesn't matter the reason why. Point being, if I'm starting all over today after doing your due diligence and everything else, assessing your plan, seeing if the stock right here matches your plan and matches where you want to go and hit those goals and everything else, a simple DCA is the best route to go to build up that share count if you don't have a position, okay? It is hard to beat over the long run. You can beat it in the short run, no doubt. Over the long run, dead people outperform traders, so you're going to outperform all those traders as well, most likely. Or you can do a modified DCA to gain a little bit of alpha on the stock. But those right there are the two methods I would use if I didn't have any shares today and I was looking to add more shares there in the future. And again, if you already have a nice Palantir position built out, congratulations. You're sitting on a lot of gains there, but I think the stock is going to give us a lot more gains in the future. It's just going to take us a little bit longer in order to get there. But hey, this right here was a 5-year journey to get to where we're at today, right? Which has been an awesome journey. It took 5 years to get here. So obviously, if it takes us another 5 to get to that next level, I'm not going to complain either. Your return is still incredible over that time. And if you want to work with me to learn how to do everything we talked about today, and you want to see the next Palantir that we picked, the next AMD, the next stock, great company, not hype trash, great company that we're looking to buy and that we're adding shares to at cheap valuations, make sure you take advantage of the earnings flash sale that ends today, guys. To lock in that price, you get to keep it for as long as you stay a member. I'll never raise the price on you. Where you get access to everything we just talked about. You get free courses, free coaching. We can do live streams, weekly Q&As, the best 6, 7, and 8-figure Discord of investors helping you become a better investor. We got 2, 3, 4, 5 videos a week that I put out in there. all sorts of challenges. We got a stock calculator in there. We got some other things coming that I'm excited about, but hey, we got to get there first, right? And so much more. Check out the pinned comment, see if a membership's right for you before the sale ends today. And click this video here if you want to see exactly what I'm buying in this market. And click here to see my exact plan for this market. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.